Okay, so welcome to the fire team practice part 1. I'm Jimbo, your instructor. Today the assistant is enex, and the fire team practical 1 is designed to teach you some terms and drills about how to work as a fire team. And these terms and drills that you learn today are not the only way of gaming. They might not always be even the best terms and drills for every circumstance, but if we use common terms and movements as a foundation for our teamwork, we'll become faster and more effective. We'll spend a lot less time trying to communicate and a lot more time learning unified tactics. Luiz is back. So today you will learn 1. How to confirm an ORBAT or team structure. 2. How to issue an order. 3. How to move between formations. And 4. How to call contacts. And lastly, you're going to learn how to react to effective enemy fire. The course is very practical, and as such we'll be learning by doing. Please try to execute the instructions as we give them. We won't be getting into big, long, protracted discussions about things, but there is an opportunity for some questions. The course is 75 minutes long, and there's no breaks. Any questions?
No.
So phase 1. This is a 1-minute lecture. Each member of the fire team must be able to issue orders. Clark, why?
Because of communication, everybody, one person could see something, person couldn't.
That's right. And why would you have to be able to issue orders, though? You'd have to think of them and say them. When would that scenario happen?
Anytime. I'm not sure.
Yeah, you might have to take over as a fire team leader.
Oh, when I would have to take over as a fire team leader?
And you might have to do that at any time. You never know when that might happen. And the other reason that you'd want to learn how to issue orders is you become a better follower if you become good at issuing orders, because you start to sympathize with the fire team leader and you start to get an understanding for what he's trying to do. So, orders should be issued quickly and effectively. Keep them simple and keep them short. I like to think there's 3 parts to an order. There's the cautionary, and then 2, there's the body, and then lastly, there's the trigger. So the cautionary is the alert where you describe who you're speaking to. So instead of saying, hey, you guys, follow me, you say who you're talking to. So this fire team here is going to be Alpha. So if I said, Alpha, follow Jimbo, I'm heading west, I've given you a bunch of tools to understand what I'm doing. You know I'm talking to you because I identified you first of all. Or if I said, enex, can you please move northwest to the hangar? He knows what I'm talking about. The body is the details of the order. We use common terms like we will move, we will halt, we will change direction. Or we'll just describe a formation and a direction, because we want to keep it really short. Lastly is the trigger. You don't actually start executing the command until you hear the trigger. The triggers we're going to use today will be trigger words like move, halt, and fire. I'll give you an example. Alpha. We'll move southwest, column. Move. So in that order, I'm identifying who I'm talking to do as Alpha, and I'm telling you you're going to move in a file formation, because I'm using the word column to indicate that I want you to move in a file. And then when I say the word move, Alpha should begin moving. So for orders, speak with certainty, be brief, be clear, and break up the order into small parts. Leave a little pause in between each part so that each member of the fire team can repeat each part of the order as it's spoken. Any questions about that?
No.
Okay. So phase 2, order march, or as Zumark wanted to call it, the ORBAT. So it's very important to explain the ORBAT. And what that is it's a chance for the leader to introduce himself and ensure that all members of the team are aware of their group, their position, their call sign. It's also an excellent time to remind the members of their radio channel. I think that many problems with teamwork could be avoided if the leader clearly explained the ORBAT at the very start of the mission. It's also a good time to do it when you're reconsolidating halfway through the game, when you're making up one fire team or one squad out of 2 separate squads, and not everybody's on the same shack-tack HUD. It's also an excellent method to remedy miscommunication when the CO changes the call signs from the notes. And how many times does that happen, you guys?
Every bloody time sometimes.
Yeah, so you can't, you hear people say, well, you looked at the slotting screen, you looked at the notes, you should know which group you're in. But often the commander will change that, and sometimes he changes it twice during his briefing. He'll talk about alpha, and then the next thing you know, he's talking about 2-1. So he's giving you 2 call signs for the same group.
It's normally when British are used. British
Yeah.
forces have different call signs.
Yeah. So to clarify, when you do the Orbat, state the members of the group first. It's very important that you state everybody's name first, because that makes them listen up. Don't say your name first. Don't give them the instructions first. Just read their names. Say the name of the group, and then introduce yourself as the leader. Provide their call sign and their short range channel. Always use the call signs from the ComSig card if they're available. And the ComSig card may be available in the notes on the map screen. Also, you might be able to see buddy teams on the slotting screen. So, Clark, Rye, Enex, Luiz, I'm Jimbo. I'm your instructor for today. You're Fire Team Alpha. Clark, you're going to be the fire team leader. Rye, you're going to be the AR gunner. Enex, you're going to be
Cunnah.
the... Cunnah, sorry. Wrong. Cunnah,
Sorry.
you're going to be the grenadier, and Luiz, you're going to be the rifleman. You're going to be on short range channel 1, and your call sign is going to be Alpha. So you guys are all ready. There shouldn't really be any questions if you've been listening at all. That's a lot of information. It took me 6 seconds to say that. So let's proceed to the actual training now, the actual practical part. That's the conclusion of phase 2. Any questions about that?
None.
Okay, so phase 3 is formations. You're expected to know formations and their uses. Today you're going to learn how to move between formations. You're going to practice basic formations of file, line, wedge, and echelon. Everybody okay with me calling it echelon, not echelon?
No problem.
Echelon? Okay, file, line, wedge, and echelon. So alpha, and so when you start echoing. Alpha, we're going to move towards the west, and I'm going to be issuing orders for the fire team leader, which is Clark. So Clark, I'm just going to be speaking for you for the first while.
Okay.
Ready?
Yeah.
Okay, Alpha. This is when you start echoing.
Alpha.
Alpha.
We'll move.
We'll
West.
Move.
West.
West.
Column, move.
Column.
Move.
Move. Column.
Walking, move.
Walking. Move.
Now, because you guys looked over the formations and you looked over the fire team roles, you know who's on point, you know who's second, you know who's bringing up the rear, right?
Jimbo, I'm supposed to have that console, right?
Supposed to have the what?
The console.
No.
Because I don't have it.
You don't have it. Bummer, man. Maybe try logging in again, see if that
I will.
fixes it. Alpha,
Alpha.
Alpha.
wedge, move.
Wedge. Move.
Okay, who our AR gunner is?
And just keep moving. Keep moving, Clark. Alpha, heavy left. Move.
Alpha. Heavy left.
I got it, Jimbo.
Heavy
Okay.
left. Move.
So you got the hang of it, Clark?
Sorta. Yeah.
Okay, give it a try. Keep the fire team moving west, and change up the formations. And as soon as you've got it in one formation, they seem to be doing well. Change it up into another one. Go ahead. Change it to column.
Okay. Alpha.
Alpha.
Move. West column. Column
West.
then west, isn't it?
Yeah, it's say alpha. Wait till they all echo,
Alpha.
Alpha.
and then say column. Move.
Column. Move.
Column. Move.
That's it. That's it. They'll all come into column now. Now I would change them into line, and just keep walking, and they'll do line. So the same thing. You'd say alpha,
Alpha.
Alpha.
Line.
Line. Move.
Line. Move.
Yes. What's wrong with this picture? Ryan, you got to go to the other. There you go, man. Oh, you got to go AFK? Okay. Okay. Now get us to halt, Clark.
Alpha. Hold.
Alpha. Halt.
Alpha.
Now there's two ways you can halt. I'm just going to move so everybody can hear. There's two ways you can halt. You can tell people they will halt, and that way you're not actually pulling the trigger right away. But if you ever say alpha, halt, they should halt as soon as you say halt. So Cunnah, take over the fire team and utilize enex as part of the fire team because Rye had to go AFK. Okay?
Sure.
Go through the Orbat, do it really quickly, and then just get moving.
Okay. Enex, Clark, Luiz, Cunnah taking over Alpha fire team. Clark, AR gunner. Luiz is
Grenadier.
Luiz buddy team with Rye. Oh, sorry, Clark. Okay. Alpha.
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 Line.
Line.
Walking, west.
Walking. West.
Walking.
Move.
Walking west.
Move.
Moving.
Good one.
You want me to switch it up?
Yeah, switch it up.
Alpha.
Just give them a different
Alpha.
information. You can change the direction if you want.
Line. Column.
Column.
Walking.
West.
Move.
Walking. Move.
Follow
And
me.
there, and there again, if you're not changing directions, all you need to do is specify the
Same
formation.
column, yeah.
Go ahead, go ahead. AR gunner with him.
Alpha.
Alpha.
Yeah.
Move. Line. North.
Line.
Move line. North.
Move.
Line north.
Move.
Moving.
Okay, Clark, swing over to the left side of Cunnah right now. That would be Cunnah that's normally telling you to do that. And you jog over there.
Alpha.
Alpha.
Wedge.
Wedge. Move.
Wedge. Moving.
Alpha.
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 Jogging. South.
Jogging. South.
Jogging south.
Move.
Move.
Moving.
You're still in a wedge.
Alpha.
Alpha.
Will hold.
Alpha.
Will hold.
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 Alpha.
Alpha.
Line.
Line.
Walking.
West. Walking.
Line.
Move.
West.
Move.
Moving.
Cunnah, enex got. I'm not sure if enex became a. Who's your AR gunner, Cunnah?
Oh, that's me.
That's Clark.
I should be on his
And
left.
Enex is testing you. He's out of position, but it's not a big deal. He may be using his initiative, but for the purposes of this training, keep him with your grenadier.
Mm-hmm.
That's good.
Clark, you are now my AR.
Okay.
Luiz.
Okay,
you
hold up.
Hold.
Alpha, hold.
Alpha.
Alpha hold.
Okay, Lewis, take over the fire team. Give him an Orbat. You've got 10 seconds to get moving, and I want you to move towards the north.
Enex, Cunnah, Clark, and myself, we're Alpha. Luiz, the fire team leader. Cunnah, you be the AR. You're a buddy with Luiz. Enex, you're the grenadier. Clark, you are the rifleman. Enex and Clark are the second buddy team. So Alpha, we move on a
Alpha.
walk west.
Alpha.
Wedge
Walking
formation.
west.
Yes,
Wedge formation.
Wedge formation. North.
Move.
Oh,
Move.
Now, Clark, just so you know, Luiz is one of our distinguished leaders on the primary. and what's happening now is we're doing really basic training, and I'm actually correcting one of the really good distinguished leaders that we have. But that's okay, because he's such a good leader that he can actually be a follower. So Luiz,
Gotcha.
okay, you need to shorten your commands and leave a little
Alpha
pause
hold.
in between. Okay.
Alpha hole.
Yeah,
Alright.
just when you give a command, just leave a little pause in between them, because these guys aren't able to repeat them very well. He's probably doing this on purpose just to give me some instructional value here. Okay. Alpha, carry on northwest along the road.
Alpha,
Alpha.
Alpha.
we move northwest.
We'll move northwest.
It's file.
File.
Move.
Move.
Perfect. Excellent, Luiz. Excellent. So is Clark your AR gunner?
I am AR gunner.
Okay. So Clark, you're in a file formation.
File.
Column. Another word for it.
Don't ever remember file.
Okay, file is another word for column. The reason that we like to refer to fire team as a file is because a column is a little bit different. If you're a platoon or a squad and you're in a column, you can be lined up in fire team formations like wedges or echelons, but each one of those formations is in a file. They're all lined up one ahead of each other. But you can call a fire team a column and people will understand what you're saying. But just remember that they say file, they mean single file, okay?
As ducks in a row.
The rank and file.
Okay, Luiz, move your fire
Alpha.
team to the west.
Alpha.
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 We'll move west.
We'll move west.
Move west.
File.
In file.
Move.
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 When you get on the other side of the wall here, let Annex take the fire team.
Next.
And Annex, this will be the last Orbat we do, Annex.
Alright, sounds good.
There you go.
Alright. Clark. Cunnah. Luiz. We are Alpha. Enex, fire team leader. Squad leader, Jimbo. Okay. One Alpha.
Yeah,
I mean,
Annex,
Alpha.
You need to move everybody out to the west. Stay frosty. Keep your eyes open for enemy.
Alright. Alpha.
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 We'll move
Alpha.
west.
Move west.
In echelon heavy right formation.
In echelon.
In echelon, heavy right.
Echelon right.
You pull the
Move.
trigger, buddy?
Move.
For sure, I didn't forget it.
Okay. Okay.
I was testing those guys, man.
You're testing me too. Okay. Okay, Annex, get these guys to stay frosty, okay?
Alpha.
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 In 50 meters,
50 meters.
50 meters.
we'll hold.
We'll hold.
Hold.
Yeah. Alpha hold.
Alpha hold.
Alpha halting.
Okay. Jimbo's going to take over the fire team now. Keep the same Orbat. I'm just going to be making the words as if Annex, your fire team leader, is saying them, okay?
Sounds good.
Alpha.
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 We'll sprint west 50 meters.
We'll sprint west 50 meters.
West 50 meters.
Move, move, move.
Move.
Alpha, we'll form line.
Alpha will form line.
Prone.
Prone.
On edge of trees.
On the edge of trees.
Move, move, move.
Move.
Alpha,
Alpha.
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 we'll move west. Line, walking.
We'll move west
Move
line.
west.
Walking.
Line, walking.
West line walking.
Weapons up, move.
Weapons up.
move.
Move.
Moving.
Alpha,
Alpha.
if contact right,
If contact right,
we'll form line
we'll form line.
northwest and return fire.
Northwest and return fire.
Return fire.
Alpha,
Alpha.
Alpha.
if contact left,
If contact left,
we'll sprint northwest for trees.
we'll sprint northwest for trees.
For trees.
Alpha, sprint northwest. Move, move, move.
Alpha, sprint northwest.
Alpha, walking.
Alpha walking.
Alpha, we'll form line
Alpha will form line
Alpha will form line.
on edge of trees.
on edge of trees.
North.
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 Take a knee.
Take a knee.
Take a knee.
Take a knee.
Move.
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 Okay, does that make sense to you guys? Does that feel good? Does it feel right?
Yep.
Take a while to get used to the will part, but
Yeah, yeah. And the will is just, you don't have to say will, but it's helpful. And the main time you're going to do this is, I mean, you don't have to do this every single time you give an order. Sometimes you can just talk to people. But, you know, when the shooting starts and when there's lots of people talking, if you fall back on this technique and you practice it, people understand you really easily. And everybody understands you. So the next part we're going to do is we're going to talk about contacts, okay? So everybody want to get in close enough so they can hear Jimbo real easily? So communicating contacts. When you're engaged, what's the first thing that's going to be spoken, Clark?
contact.
You're going to say contact. Is there
And
anything
you-
else you
Yeah,
anything
the
else you say?
direction, some type of direction.
Yeah, it's always good to say a direction. Now, do you say that on the radio, or do you say it?
It's
like
your
you say it-
immediate friendly, so like your fire team, your squad, that
Yeah,
they know.
it's-
So if you get shot,
Normally, as a fire team member, it's best to just stay off the radio. It leaves it free and clear for the for your fire team leaders and your squad leaders to talk. But that's the one time when we encourage you to do it on the radio. When you first see that contact, if you come on the radio and you announce it, that's fine. Contact northwest. It's also helpful when you come on the radio if you say your name right after contact. So what's your position right now? You're the fire team leader?
I'm the rifleman.
Or you're the rifleman. So you could say,
Contact northwest Clark.
yeah, just really quickly.
On the radio? Contact northwest Clark.
Yeah, you could say Clark, that'd be good. That's always helpful. Because then the fire team leader knows who's speaking. So sometimes it might not be clear which direction's front. Right here, if I say contact right, where am I referring to?
Your immediate
Yes,
right.
northeast.
Yeah, so give me a compass direction, not a bearing or an azimuth, but a compass direction. Which way am I looking at the contact? Everybody know? And some people will be able to see me, but bear in mind, there's some guys that are up there on the other side of that tree, right? So there might be a couple of members that are to our west that can't see me because of the tree. So which way do you think right is right now? Northeast?
Yeah, but Jimbo, I would guess northeast to east because we were advancing north before.
Yeah.
So that was our axis.
Yeah, for sure. If I said contact east northeast, does everybody know where that is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's quick.
Pretty good idea. So I like to use compass directions. We're discouraged from using azimuth and bearings, but people use them a lot in game. It's not totally wrong to do that because by practice people do it. But I would encourage you when we were training here, try to use the compass directions. After you give the contact and you give the direction, to say what distance it is. So far is more than 600 meters. Cunnah, how far is mid? If we say mid, what distance are we referring to?
Mid is sort of 300 to 600.
Yeah, we like to use 200 to 600.
200.
And why do we have a cutoff of 200?
Is it because of the effective range? Everyone can engage.
Yeah,
200.
Right on, man. Everyone can engage up to 200 meters fairly effectively. So that's near. Anything less than 200. What about close? How far away is close? And bear in mind, these are all just rough.
I always say less than 50, practically honest.
Yeah, 50's, that's good. That's close. So if you hear somebody say, contact, close, east, you know that they're right here in the woods right beside us to our east. The last thing that you're going to say is you're going to say a description. So if I said, contact, northeast, then the distance would be mid, and then the description would be infantry by the wall, left of guard tower. Does everybody see where I'm looking?
Yep.
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 Okay. So just to confirm that, if I was to yell that out by an azimuth, that's at an azimuth of about 020. Make sense?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, let's do it then. So, Luiz, you want to take over the fire team again? And I'm going to spawn some contacts. And what we'll do is we'll start calling them out. And what I'm going to look for is that everybody calls out distance, direction, and description. Or direction, distance, and description.
Okay, we'll do. Clark, you'll be with Luiz. You'll be my AR. Enex, Cunnah, you'll be the second bloody team. Cunnah, you'll be Grenadier. Enex will be Rifleman.
Copy.
So Alpha,
Alpha.
Alpha.
line facing north, move.
Line facing north. Move.
Okay, now don't be alarmed at these enemies. They're not going to hurt you right now. These are just for instructional purposes. And what I want to do is make sure that everyone is calling out their contacts. So as soon as you see them, call them out. Make sure everybody can see them.
Contact northwest, medium distance by the tree line, infantry.
Enex, contact northwest, not seen.
Contact northwest not seen.
We're
Cunnah.
moving
Cunnah
left to
contact
right.
scene.
Enex contact scene.
Anybody? So Lewis, your job as the fire team leader is you want to make sure everybody in your group can see them. Can anybody not see them?
Clark didn't see it.
Oh, maybe my mic didn't queue up.
Am I right?
I don't have it on push to talk.
Okay.
That's okay. You see them? Okay,
Yeah, I
good.
saw 'em.
Cunnah contact scene.
So can everybody see them now?
Yep.
Okay,
Yep.
I'm gonna move that group. You can try to spot them again. And who's your grenadier?
Cunnah.
So Cunnah, you can, if when you know that your buddy can see them, if you yell out, "Buddy 2 seen," that lets your fire team leader know
Contact
that.
northeast.
Contact
left
northeast.
Of the guardhouse.
Just
Contact
make sure you put
northeast.
it-
Enex scene.
Medium.
Buddy 2 scene.
Contact northeast, Luis seen.
Yeah, contact northeast.
Forgot the type.
Medium. 3,000 enemy infantry.
That's okay.
Moving right to
It'll
left.
It'll come. Ask Annex. It doesn't feel natural in the beginning because nobody's doing it on the primary, but it's probably the most effective thing you guys can do as a team. If you keep learning to yell these contacts out, it creates an awareness for the whole fire team. I'm going to move them, you guys. I'm going to move this group, and you can spot them again. Okay.
Contact Cunnah northwest.
Contact northwest.
Cunnah.
Scene.
Left. Seen.
Got a
Mid.
distance on that, you guys?
Mid.
Medium.
Contact northwest, mid, infantry, on tree line. Is that what you're
Infantry
yelling?
prone in tree line.
Contact northwest, Luis seen.
Okay, Lewis, next I'm going to spawn them one more time. This time when you see them, your weapons green if you want to destroy them. Okay?
Right.
Contacts.
Contact.
East.
East.
Mid. Infantry.
Alpha.
Enex
scene,
contact not seen.
Alpha,
Enex,
edge,
northeast,
wedge, northeast.
Okay, talk me
Contact
on it.
close.
Northeast. Northeast. You're
Northeast.
looking. Yeah. Northeast. Close.
Alpha, rapid, northeast, fire.
Alpha. Rapid northeast fire.
Rapid fire.
Yeah, Enex contact not seen from here.
Northeast. Northeast. Enex.
Ah, there we go. Yeah, now I see him.
Give them a
Contact
distance
scene.
too when you yell it out. Even
Alpha,
if it's just
watching
yelled, even if when you give that
Alpha,
distance,
watching
even if you're just yelling mid or near, as long as he's got a rough idea of where you're looking. And then the type of contact is helpful with the description as too. So in this case, you could just yell out infantry. Okay, Annex, take over the fire team. Just get everybody online facing north again. Okay?
Yeah, they're already on it. Any different instructions or same thing?
Same thing, we're just continuing on. And make sure everybody's in the right position.
Yeah, that's right. Alright, Cunnah is my buddy team member. Clark and Luiz buddy team 2. Enex, Cunnah buddy team 1. Alright, Clark,
Copy.
scan to our northeast, that wall. Coordinate with Luiz so you guys cover that area. Yeah, Cunnah, can you cover that northwest tree line? Gonna cover center, directly north.
Northwest.
Remember to give a distance this time, you guys, when you call it out.
Contact north, medium, 3,000 infantry.
North, medium.
Moving right to
Contact
left.
north, medium. Infantry. Cunnah scene.
Seen.
Buddy team 1 seen.
Contact north, seen. Luis.
Buddy team 2 contact seen.
Contact north, buddy team 2
Contact
seen.
Everyone sees the contact, Jimbo.
Okay. From now on, when you, unless you're told otherwise, when you're sure everybody in your team can see them, you're green to kill them. Okay? You're green now.
Alright. Now I lost them.
Contact
Actually, the line
north.
No, still
Prone
seen.
in the tree line. Mid.
Seen.
Cunnah scene.
Contact
Seen.
north. Yeah.
Pro.
Fire, fire, fire.
North, tree line. Fire.
That's a pretty easy command to give, and it's pretty sharp and abrupt, right? Alpha, fire, 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 and everybody should be able to echo that, and they can echo with their rifles as well.
You contact her down north.
Yeah, ceasefire.
Ceasefire.
Ceasefire. Contact northwest. Cunnah. Moving
Contact
left to right,
northwest.
mid.
Seen.
Contact northwest.
Infantry.
Remember to give a distance, guys.
Seen.
Contact northwest, mid distance, buddy 2 seen.
Roger that. Alpha, fire, fire, fire.
Contact north, mid, tree line, moving east. Cunnah.
Contact north, mid.
Enex changing.
Contact north, mid, buddy
Contact
2
lost.
seen.
Cunnah.
Yeah, contact not seen. They disappeared.
Contact north.
Still there,
out in the
moving
open.
left to right north.
Prone. Mid.
Contact north.
Contact
mid,
north.
seen.
Medium. One-time infantry is just behind the hay stocks.
Dead.
Contacts still up north. Running north, mid distance. Luiz.
Contact down. Contacts down.
Enex, I see no movement.
So what do you think of that, Enex? Did your team do that very well?
Effective as a heck.
Okay, I'll be a little bit quicker now that you're green to fire. As soon as you know that everybody can see them, open fire. If it's appropriate. You may not want to fire sometime. When would you not want to fire?
Enemy armor. An emplacement such as a heavy MG.
Squads moving behind or in front of the enemy. A friendly squad or friendly element.
Or if you have friendly units and you're above them and you don't want to, you know, drop bullets on top of them.
If you judge the enemy force is greater than you.
Jimbo?
What?
Oh, just you went quiet.
Jimbo's here. I'm just waiting for
Contact
you guys to. There you go.
northeast, mid, infantry, moving right to left.
Cunnah, contact scene.
Excellent.
Enex,
Excellent.
contact not.
Contact
Contact
northeast,
seen.
mid.
Sorry.
Northeast,
Attendees.
medium. 3000 infantry. Engage, engage, engage.
They're down.
Good shooting.
Beautiful thing.
Contacts northeast down.
Okay, let's get Clark to take over the fire team. Same thing. Okay.
Roger,
Okay.
Dodger.
Alpha, Luis, Ryan, and Cunnah. Cunnah, you'll be my AR. You'll be with me with Buddy Team 2. Luis, you'll be Grenadier in Buddy Team 2, and
Enex rifleman.
Enex will be Rifleman, yes. That's right, Rise AFK, sorry.
Yeah.
Alpha, line, face north.
Line
Alpha line.
facing north.
Facing north.
Alpha line north.
Contact north northwest mid infantry moving east. Entry line.
Contact.
Contact.
Northwest,
Far out, man.
Northwest.
North,
Luiz seen.
northwest. Enex. Not seen.
That's
Contact moving north into tree line.
contact north.
Contact lost.
Moving north.
Contact moving south.
Contact north, medium. 3000 infantry. Moving right to left towards us.
Kind
Seen.
of seen. Kind of
Mark
seen.
seen.
Enex in.
Weapons
Fire,
green.
fire, fire.
Lucy.
Alpha, fire.
Contacts down. No
Contacts
movement
down.
seen, Cunnah.
Okay, you guys have got this figured out. So
We
let's
we smoked them in a matter of seconds.
So we're getting pretty good at this. Remember, call out the direction and a distance. It's really important. I rarely even hear people call out contact with a direction on the primary. If I could game on the primary and the fire teams I was with would call out the direction and the distance and a description, it would just change it immensely. It would give so many people so much situational awareness. It would be really, really well done. So the next part we're going to do is we're going to talk about reactions to effective enemy fire. Actions on is best defined as the initial reaction to effective enemy fire for the fire team.
Yeah, this is part of
These-
lecture.
it's-
We can
Yeah,
gather around.
if you want, you could also just watch for your contacts too. It's always a good idea when your leader, whatever leader it is, when they're talking to you, don't turn and face them. Look, cover your sector the whole time. So if you're ever doing that, you're not making a mistake. You're not doing something wrong. So every time you do that, every time you react to that effective enemy fire, it's situational dependent. But usually what we're going to do is we're going to try to form a line towards the enemy. Following that, the fire team leader will use his discretion to decide which weapon systems to engage towards the enemy. But initially you're going to form a line. Everybody's going to put down some rapid fire on the enemy. So, Cunnah, what's rapid fire?
Rapid fire is one shot every. It's not blasting the crap out of them.
Yeah. It's not
Am I-
cyclic fire. It's not cyclic fire, but it's pretty
fully
much
automatic.
It's pretty much a shot every second. And
Yeah.
you let down a burst, short burst, you leave a second, let down another burst. That's rapid fire. When you're moving as a fire team, you're always looking for cover or concealment. If you come under fire from the enemy, the first thing that I would encourage you to do is sprint for that cover. After you sprint and you do that short dash, go prone, and if there's no cover at all, just go prone wherever you are. Form a line facing the threat. Then you observe, you look for the enemy, try to locate the contact and assess the threat. If you can't see the contact, but somebody's yelling out which direction it is, crawl up and try to get eyes on where the enemy is. And there again, look for the cover when you're doing that. Then when you see the enemy, call out that you see him. And if you're the first one to see him, call out a description of him. Call out that description of where he is. If your buddy doesn't see him, call out that description of where the enemy is. Use direction, distance, and that description. And then start returning fire and destroy the enemy. There's almost no pause between reporting the enemy and firing. You're going to be firing while you're reporting it. The other thing I'll add to that is if you see the enemy, or if you have a really good idea of where that enemy fire is coming from, before you do any of this, rip off a couple shots at him before you dash and go down. Is that pretty clear?
Yes.
Yep.
The only time that I wouldn't dash and go down and go prone is when the enemy, you know the enemy is above you. They're in an elevated position, and you're going to lay down out in the open at the base of the hill, and the enemy's up on top of the hill looking down on you, because they'll just tear you to shreds. He'll just kill you. You won't have a chance. So in that situation, you're going to know before the enemy even starts firing at you that you're in a vulnerable position. You got a hill on one side of you or a hill in front of you. If you start taking fire, just sprint for cover. Run like hell, because it's the only chance you got. So let's do it. We're going to actually have the enemy return fire at us now, and we're going to be walking across the open here. And the reason we're doing this is because we've got a section that's down to our east, and we've got another section that's up on the hill to our west. So our job is just to engage the enemy. So we're doing a recon by movement, and we anticipate the enemy may be over there, and we're not sure. So if you come under fire, what are you going to do?
depending on the situation, you will
This
either
situation
return-
here, you're going across
This
this field.
situation,
You're going to head north, and you come under enemy fire. What are you going to do?
Move to the nearest cover if possible, call contact. Sprint to possibly the hail bales. If we're out in the middle, just hit the ground, find the contact, and engage.
That's right.
Yeah.
And the other teams that are here in the tree line, they're going to be firing at the enemy too. Okay. So go ahead and Enex, you can take this one. Okay, form a line and just move across the field or form a wedge, whatever one you want.
I'll go with the line.
Okay, take it over.
Okay. Okay, Alpha.
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 We'll
Does everybody know
sprint.
who they are?
Alright, sure. If I can do orbit. Okay, so Cunnah, Clark, Luiz, we are Alpha 1, Fire Team Leader, enex. Buddy teams, Buddy Team 1, Luiz, enex. Buddy Team 2, Clark, and Cunnah.
Contacts west.
Those are friendly. PID your targets. That's
Okay.
friendly. That's friendly.
Okay, are they
That's-
wearing? Are
that's-
those Marines?
Yeah,
They're
that-
Marine.
It looked like.
they're helping you out, buddy.
Okay.
They don't want you to go across that field all by yourself, right?
Alpha,
Alpha.
we'll sprint
Alpha.
We'll sprint.
We'll sprint.
Sprint.
and hold on the edge of tree line.
And halt on edge of tree
Halt
line.
And
head
hold
of
the
the
edge of
tree
the tree line.
Actually, belay that. Just walk, okay? Because you'll have a better chance of seeing the enemy if you walk. So just take them out in a walk, Enex.
Okay, Alpha,
Alpha.
Alpha.
we'll walk north.
We'll walk north.
We'll walk. Off.
Move.
Move.
Moving.
Alpha,
Alpha.
Alpha.
on actions on.
On actions on.
Go prone.
Actions on.
Go prone.
Return fire.
Return fire.
Return fire. Contact north, mid-distance, infantry in the
Contact
tree
north.
line. Taking fire.
Contact north, not seen. Contact north, medium. Enemy infantry.
Contact not seen.
Contact north, medium, Luiz seen.
Cunnah, north, by that wall. Shift to my left.
Magazine. Back in.
In exchanging mag.
Okay, Enex, you got orders. They want you to get up and take that position. Okay? You got to move forward.
Alpha,
Alpha.
we'll sprint forward.
We'll sprint forward.
Move, move, move.
Forward. Moving.
Alpha will hold
Alpha will hold.
on the tree line.
Move hold
On tree line.
on the tree line.
Hold.
Holding.
Contact front.
Contact north. Taking effective north, close.
Contact north close. Contact not seen. Contact only heard.
To not seen. Contact.
Okay. Enex, I want you to form a line, take the position, walking this time. Make sure everybody reloads before you walk on where the enemy just was to your north, okay?
Yeah, sounds good.
You're doing well.
Okay,
And if somebody
Alpha.
sees a contact, just remember they got to yell it out by a direction and a distance.
We'll push north
We'll push north.
in wedge formation.
Wedge formation.
Wedge.
Heavy right.
Heavy right.
Heavy right.
Walking. Move.
Walking.
Walking, moving.
Here is one enemy.
Contact north.
Contact
Northeast.
Contact
Yeah,
north,
same.
northeast,
Contact
enex,
northeast.
seen. Who
Alright,
doesn't see the
please not seen.
contact?
Cunnah not seen.
Please not.
Cunnah.
Northeast.
Contact northeast.
Seen.
Fire, fire, fire.
Remember, your position, your cover, and your concealment trumps your formation any day.
Alpha, line.
Alpha line.
You got a man down. Clark, keep doing what you're doing. Don't worry about him. Yeah, that's it.
Changing mag.
Contact.
So you still confident where the contact is? Is everybody yelling it out?
Yeah, we yell out
Anybody-
that contact directly north
Does
from here.
does anybody not see it?
No, I asked.
I don't-
Cunnah didn't see, but then I told him where he is and he saw it.
Okay. Okay. You need to just deal with your wounded now, okay? Somebody's
Okay,
somebody's
let the buddy
down.
go ahead and treat him.
While I deal with them.
Okay, we're not gonna go into that here, so just get him to respawn.
Yeah.
Who is it? Is
It
it
is. Let me check
Cunnah?
the dog tag. Cunnah, I believe. I can't read his dog tag. It just says dead.
Starting to run a bit low now.
We're gonna go back now anyway.
Sure.
That was a good piece of work. What do you think, Clark? Could you do it better?
Yeah, we could do better. I've seen worse.
Yeah, I was just wondering if we could do any different, any better.
Hmm. Well, that was an interesting moment then.
I don't know why he teleported me. There we go.
I'm trying to teleport everybody.
Hmm.
Okay.
Yes.
So Clark.
Where are
You are
I don't see
God
you.
mode. Yeah. God mode
Oh,
off.
sorry, man.
Spooky, scary.
Spooky. Okay, Clark, it's your fire team. You got a mission here, and we're gonna go out and do a really quick mission. Equip your guys. Tell them to use the that nuclear sign, that hazard sign, danger sign there, and just kit out. Okay. We'll give you a quick mission, and that's about it.
Alpha.
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 I am now fire team lead. Cunnah, you will be my AR. Luiz, you'll be rifleman. Alpha, move northeast. The radioactive sign. Move.
For moving.
Did you say we were to get out? Okay, yeah.
It's a bit too much.
Hey, enex is grenadier.
Yeah, as a rifleman, I got his RCO.
Though I would love to see Ryback.
Hmm.
Everybody set?
I'm set.
Okay.
Cunnah set.
Alpha, move.
Alpha,
Southwest
move.
to
Southwest.
squad leader.
To squad leader.
To
Move.
squad leader.
Moving.
Moving.
Alpha halt.
Alpha hold.
Okay, guys,
Okay,
ready?
we're all set.
Okay. What we're going to do is, it maps up. We're in a safe environment here. You don't need to cover. We spotted some enemy infantry down near Cabanino. We've had reports of enemy patrols, fire team size enemy with light weapons in the vicinity of Cabanino. We suspect they're doing reconnaissance. We've got a fully defended base here, Company Plus. I'm going to spawn you down just to the western or the eastern edge of Cabanino, and you're just to set up a patrol out to Hill 324 and the building that's just north of 324 where we have a report of enemy infantry. We estimate that we think the enemy's probably in or around that area. And the purpose of this mission is for you guys to be moving between formations and calling out your orders correctly, and to be calling out contacts and reacting to effective enemy fire. That's the whole purpose. If you focus on those things and you get that right, it's a successful mission. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me know when you're ready to spawn.
Color's ready.
I'm ready.
Who's ready?
Enex set.
Alpha's ready.
Okay.
I can teleport if necessary.
Yeah. Yeah, you're gonna have to.
Will do.
Okay. Do you know where you are? I'll tell you where you are. You're in the compound that's on the eastern edge of Cabanino.
Yeah, I see it. Northeast of Cabanino.
Yeah. Northeast of Cabanino. A simple mission. You just gotta go check that hill out and the building to the north of the hill.
Building. Okay, yeah, I see. Copy. Whenever I'm ready.
Cunnah's ready.
Take us
ready?
to it.
Okay.
Oh, what about buddy teams?
Buddy teams, that would be the Grenadier and the Rifleman, and the AR and the Fire Team Leader.
Got it.
So, AR and the Fire Team Leader are 2, you guys are 1.
Sounds good.
Got it.
Alpha, Wedge,
Alpha
Right,
wedge.
facing north, northwest,
Facing north,
Northwest.
move, now.
Move.
Move.
Now.
Moving.
Right, really is confusing.
What's that?
Yeah, what do you mean?
On the chat tack.
Backtack,
Never mind, ignore me.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
he's
Rye
in
isn't
front of me.
with us, but he's with us.
Alpha hold,
Alpha.
Oh, you want us going? Okay.
Alpha, hold it.
Alpha, face, northeast, Wedge,
Alpha.
You just pass in front of me, I'm close.
Alpha, move, northeast,
Alpha move. Northeast.
Northeast, moving.
Alpha, action on contact will be to get into
Alpha action
cover.
on contact. Getting
If
cover.
you have no immediate cover, it will be then to lay down and suppress the enemy.
Copy.
Spots contact east by the barn. Medium distance, infantry running in the open.
Alpha,
Contact not seen.
contact east, mid, running right to
Contact
left,
east. Mid.
infantry.
Contact.
3000 enemy infantry.
Alpha,
Enex
face
seen.
northeast.
Alpha face northeast.
Cunnah seen.
Facing northeast.
Okay, hold on. Just hold on 1 sec. Okay, so I'm just freezing it here because I want to emphasize a point to you. We're not going to do it in the scope of this this training exercise. We're not going to do this, Clark.
Okay.
But what would happen now is your squad leader would radio this into command. It's really important that everybody understand that. I'm sure Cunnah understands that, and Luiz does, and Annex does, but it has to be said because every time we make a contact, we have to radio that into command. Okay. We're not going to do that today. That's more of the scope of a fire team ops course. Okay. Okay. Carry on. You're green. You're green to fire. That's the report you got back with from command.
That order.
Yeah, you're green, but you're green now. You've reported it in, and they've told you. They said actually, you got to report in. They say there's enemy armor. There's an APC south of your position. Hold fire.
Audio contact. Southeast.
So they want. So the message comes in from command. They want you to get eyes on that armor to the southeast.
Okay.
So move quickly.
Alpha wedge facing southeast.
Alpha wedge.
Alpha West,
Facing southeast.
So all your contact to the south.
Alpha move.
Alpha move.
Line.
Alpha move. Tree line.
Tree line.
Alpha sprint.
Alpha sprint.
Alpha sprinting.
Run, Forest, run!
Forgot I wasn't sprinting. That's my bad.
Alpha hold.
Alpha hole. Whoa, Luiz.
Yeah, my guy didn't.
Opa.
I was tired, I guess.
Yeah, that was my bad.
Okay. Alpha line facing southeast.
Alpha line facing southeast.
Alpha line southeast.
Move.
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 Alpha crouch.
Alpha crouch.
Did you get eyes on that armor yet?
No.
Right back.
Hey, Rye.
Audio contact southwest. Cunnah.
Yeah, audio contact northwest.
So Rye, you can just observe for now, okay?
Alpha hull.
Alpha
Be
hole.
my buddy.
Alpha, hold it.
buddy.
I have no eyes from here to our
You're the
west. Let me move here.
So you get
Contact northwest. Medium armor. Moving right to left.
Moving right to left. Contact APC mid northwest. Cunnah.
Contact northwest infantry running by the armor.
Seen, Luis.
You got a distance on that?
Mid.
Mid. Moving.
Not seen.
Contact is behind trees northwest of Cunnah's position. Not contact
Mid.
not seen.
Remember,
Contact,
it's always,
north,
it's always
medium.
direction, distance, and description, guys.
Armor.
Okay, so Clark, who in your team can see the armor?
My buddy team 2.
Okay.
See it.
Cunnah not seen.
Cunnah on me.
You should have eyes
Okay.
on from here, Cunnah.
Why am I faulting?
Contact still not seen.
Yeah, enex contact not seen. It's probably behind those trees, directly north from here.
Still not seen. Okay, we'll get into a position to see it then. Alpha line facing north.
Alpha line facing
Alpha
north.
facing north.
Move. 10 meters.
Move.
North, move.
10 meters.
Perfect. Way to go, Clark. That's what I would do.
Alpha halt.
Alpha hole.
Alpha, hold it.
Enex, contact not seen.
Not hearing them. I need to turn up my volume.
Yeah, no audio contact as well.
Okay, you've got a report in from command, and they say that they spotted the armor north of your position about 600 meters, and it's heading north. They want you to try to shadow it. So move up to the north.
Alpha.
Alpha.
Facing northeast.
Wedge
Move.
facing
There's
northeast.
Wedge northeast. Moving.
Alpha sprinting.
Alpha sprinting.
Alpha sprinting.
Alpha sprinting.
Stay back, right?
Contact. North.
Contact.
Close.
Northwest. Close.
Contact northwest, close.
Fire. Engage.
Enex hit.
Cunnah's down.
Roger, Enex is bleeding.
I think Rise down too. Okay, bandage yourself. I'll cover you from here.
Okay.
On it. Luiz is up.
So who's up? Who you got, Clark? Who's left in your team?
I got Luiz, Cunnah, not Cunnah. Luiz, Cunnah, and enex and myself.
Okay.
Cunnah is dead.
Rye? You want
Rye.
to take over for Cunnah? What was... You can grab his weapon. He's got an important weapon for these guys.
Enex is up.
Okay, bear with me, you guys. This is going to be kind of brutal here, but I'm just teleporting Cunnah in.
Ooh.
Sorry.
Well, the infantry's got it. The fucking AI's got in for me today, haven't they?
There you go.
Every single.
Oh, it
Rye,
happens
Rye.
to the best of us.
Right, you're back with Jimbo. Okay. Clark, just take it out to the northeast, unless anybody else wants to lead the fire team.
No.
Somebody else wants to lead. We'll gladly
No.
give it to them.
No, we're going to let you do it, unless
Okay.
somebody really wants to do it.
Alright, Alpha, move northeast, sprinting. Now.
Alpha
Formation
moving
east.
northeast.
Keep it in a walking pace. Keep it in a walking pace.
Alpha, move northeast, walking, line.
Alpha. moving
You'll be able to
northeast.
spot more stuff
Alpha
when you're
line
walking.
northeast.
Alpha walking northeast. Yeah, right clear.
I was just dead before I even pressed the trigger.
Contact northeast, close.
East.
Contact northeast. Close.
Jack northeast, close, not seen.
Contact front, right from that hay ball.
Remember to get the distance.
Taking fire north.
Contact northeast, close. Enemy infantry.
50 meters, right? Near is up to 200.
Enex changing mag.
Looking for smoke and rifle shots. You're not seeing them because you've killed them all, believe it or not.
Alpha, move northeast.
But you don't know that. You don't know that, Clark. So I want you to walk on the position.
Yeah,
I want you to
that's
get
what I'm
up
doing
and
right now.
approach the position on line.
Alpha, move northeast.
Alpha, move northeast. Line,
Alpha northeast.
walking.
Walking pace.
Contact close.
Taking fire north.
Front. Enex, contact not seen.
Contact not seen, Luiz.
Contacts. Contacts.
Alpha, move northeast line.
Alpha, move northeast line.
Alpha northeast line.
Alpha, enemy contacts northeast, moving left to right, mid.
Contact northeast.
Contact
Enex, not seen.
Not seen.
Alpha, contact northeast
seen
behind the
this.
trees,
Cunnah
mid.
seen. Weapons
Infantry
green.
moving left to right. Weapons green.
Contact east. Close. Enemy infantry. Contact scene.
You got a grenadier?
Roger. I'm on it. I'm on it.
Give him the order to use his 203s.
You can use 40 Mike.
I'm on it.
Contact down.
Oh, they're down again. You guys just, I can't seem to. I
You
gotta
can't
give you a
keep up.
bigger enemy or something. Yeah, okay.
Is this
So index. Okay, everybody gathered around Jimbo.
What is Index?
Oh, that means it's the end of the field training exercise.
Huh.
we never found
Sounds
the armor. I
Sounds
wanna
a lot like.
that part 2 of the saga.
That's if that. I could bring the armor back if that's what you
No,
want.
no.
I do have an AT4.
Well, what would you do if you did see armor? What would you do?
I would get into a safe position, and if I
and
can,
you-
I would engage it.
You haven't had
radio
that.
back,
You haven't had that training yet. But the first thing you would do before you even radioed back is you would get your AT to prep and target it, right? And then when he
Yep.
told you, "I'm ready to fire," then once you got that all set, you radio into command, let him know what you've seen.
Yep, contact
But the-
northeast, mid, armor.
Get out!
Contact northeast.
scene.
Armor.
Get to cover.
Enex, not seen.
Prep AT.
Cunnah not seen.
Prep
Prep
AT.
AT.
Cunnah not seen.
Contact east northeast. Enemy armor moving north to south with infantry. Mid.
Cunnah seen.
Contact scene.
Enex, contact not seen.
When you're ready to fire with the AT, go ahead. Once the AT goes off.
Clear back blast.
Clear back last.
Clear.
The way you would do that is it's a grenadier, target infantry, east. 250.
This is Grenadier. No more 40 mics. No more grenades.
Ceasefire. Okay, are you happy now? Yeah. Okay. So, on Jimbo, index. So that's it. That's the end of the fire team practical training for today. What I would do is I'd give everybody a chance to be the fire team leader when we're out on a mission here. But the primary is full. It's an awesome time for us to get up into the primary. Actually, I don't know if they're in between missions or not, but I don't want to keep you guys from the primary. That'd be an excellent place to continue the training. So today you learned how to confirm or establish an orbat, how to issue an order. 3, how to move between formations. 4, how to call contacts. And 5, you guys really learned how to react to effective enemy fire. Either that or you knew how to do it beforehand. So
This
now
is-
you'll be go ahead.
Yeah, this is what we're striving for, right?
It's just awesome. Everybody's calling out contacts, and I mean, we're not even going into tactics and strategies yet, and it's you guys are really working as a team. And Clark, you look really confident leading the fire team. That's great. So now you'll be slightly more effective as the single part of a fighting team. I think that if you continue to practice this kind of stuff, we'll be able to start moving and reacting really quickly as single fire team forces. And I like to look at it as building blocks of really solid cooperative gameplay. There's 2 other sessions that follow this course, and I'd encourage you guys to attend those ones as well. Each session builds off the skills learned in the previous one. So Fireteam Practical 2, I won't teach anybody anything about orders or anything about contacts. You're expected to know that now. And I would encourage you to go up to the primary and try to get on as a fire team now, or not. Any questions? Any comments? I love criticism.
I've got one comment from Cunnah, just because of my just a quick suggestion for at least for the training period of calling contacts. Make it clear as to whether it's a weapons green situation before we start doing it. My natural reaction is to blast the hell out of anything that's fucking close to me, and I almost ND'd on the first contacts.
It's actually in the lesson plan. It was just my failure. I didn't say it.
Okay. Because then the second time I second guessed myself and got shot for the privilege.
Any other comments, concerns, criticisms?
Honestly, I know when you got shot, but if I saw contacts right in front of me, I would engage them if they're an immediate threat to me. If I can retreat back, I would. But if I can't retreat back,
yeah,
my initial thought would be to engage.
My first input was to blow the hell out of them and then call contact while I was doing that, but
my
brain just went engaged and went,
I put you in a position though. I put you in a position though where you were exposed. There was no cover. You were in the open.
I think I'd have been dead anyway, but at least I'd have pissed them off at least.
It sounds like a prime example of overthink, Cunnah.
Yeah. No, I know I don't normally do it on the primary. It's just in training sessions, my brain is in override.
Okay, and if you thought it was a good session and you'd like to encourage other people to attend, post up some comments in that review, Fred. And if you think I did something stupid or this whole thing is dumb or whatever, I like criticism too, so do that as well.
There were some people, but they didn't take the familiarization course when you pulled me down, and then when I was up there, they're like, "Oh, I want to join that, but they just need to take that famil course."
No, they don't have. Nobody has to take it from. Nope.
Oh, wasn't that a prerequisite before then?
Nope. There's no. The only prerequisite.
I must be thinking of something else then.
The only prerequisite is you review the material that I have listed. I'm a firm believer that you should be able to come in here if you know how to run ACE and Acre, you know how to use a compass, and you got the basic safety down, and you could learn that just by watching the famil videos.
Yeah. I think that's actually what's the prerequisites. I think one of them, it does mention the famil, but it means the famil training videos and such. Or someone suggested that beforehand.
Well, I'll have a look at it, and thanks for that. That's a good criticism. I'll rephrase that so it's clearer. Because if you guys thought that, probably a lot of other people think that as well.
There was a course that I was trying to take a while, like last year or something like that, and might have been something else, but I thought it was Fire Team.
There's lots of courses that you have to have the FAM course. Anyway, the game, I think the primary, I think they're right in the middle of the mission right now, so.
Well, I can't do it because it's too late for me. But my question is did anyone else record this? Because I did. I am actually. No, alright, in any case, if you want to see it through my eyes, just I'm gonna post it on this thread where was post up thread, and I'm gonna upload it there. Gonna post it there and upload it on YouTube.
So that's probably where you got that from. I actually cut that out of the actual forum, and it says the prerequisites are working ARMA 2, Acre, and ACE. Review ACE and Acre familiarization.
Yeah.
Fire team roles, formation, and rates of fire.
To be honest, Jimbo, I would leave it just as Acre and ACE. What I probably would do, which is as a suggestion, is to try and discuss. Well, trying to discuss with Harper was changing the structure of actual posts for training courses. So there's a very obvious delineation between this is what you need. Here's some useful information before you take the course, if you wish. You know,
Okay.
so there's an obvious, you know, these are optional reading.
Okay, well, everything I put in there is what you have to come here.
Yep.
There's nothing in there that's optional.
Well, you know what I mean. Sort of, it's not a course you need to do, but this is
Yeah,
course
I hear you.
material. That's the
Yeah,
word.
material.
I don't know.
So I've almost finished the Fireteam Ops, the Fireteam Practical 2, and if I just sit down and spend another hour, I'll have that done. So I should be posting up a Fireteam Practical 2 fairly quickly now. And the Fireteam Practical 2, if you look in the TeamSpeak channel, it covers off some other material. Actually, it's not there right now. We didn't form an FTP channel for this course, did we? But what you'll cover is you'll cover bounding and peeling. You'll cover buddy first aid to your buddy team member and all-round defense. That's pretty much it. And actually, there won't be very much about buddy team A. All I'll be telling you is not to do it. What I'll be teaching people is that when your buddy gets hit, you call out that he's hit. You wait for orders. And what you'll be told most times is just to continue fighting on. You might be told to pick up his weapon. Because we can't afford to stop a whole assault just because one guy gets shot. Make sense?
Yep.
And the peeling is really, it's dead easy. Now that you've learned how to issue an order and you have a little bit of experience with this, you'll learn peeling just by doing it really fast. There won't be any lecture, hardly at all. And the bounding, the prerequisites for that is I'm trying to get the UOTC film crew to make me a bounding video, and we're just going to be doing one type of bounding. We're just going to be doing which the one where you come right alongside of people. Is that successive or
successive or alternating?
alternating? Is the one where you go past people. Successive is the ones when you just come up online.
It was example with the foots, but I'm not sure for which one. Successive or alternating? I think alternating.
We're going to be doing successive bounding, and we're just going to be doing it by the buddy teams.
I have one request for the buddy team, the 2 course.
You bet.
Just if you could possibly labour over the whole, don't fucking get gunked up with wounded men.
Yeah.
As a squad leader and as a platoon leader, when I'm on the primary, that pisses me off the most when assaults just fail because someone gets shot.
That's the
and
part
they
I
all
haven't.
stop.
And I've written all the other parts. That's the part I haven't written yet, and I'm just wondering how to phrase that. I think what I'm going to
With a heavy
phrase is
stick, hopefully.
you just if somebody goes down, you yell out their position and who went down. Like you yell out, Jimbo Grenadier down, because I'm the rifleman, and then the fire team leader will yell, Jimbo, pick up that 203, continue the fight. So that's all you'll do, or he'll just yell out, fight on. Like, don't worry about it because it's too critical of a time. So your weapon there, that's pretty critical. If you go down, we want to get that weapon off you.
Given this mission so far, that's going to be happening quite a few times.
Actually, you did pretty good. So that's the part I have to write, and then we'll be ready. Oh, I need to make the prerequisites as well. I just got to put the prerequisites together so people know what they have to review before they come in. And I've waited this long to do the Fireteam Practical 2 because we need a whole bunch of people that have taken Fireteam Practical 1, but we've got about 30 people now that have completed Fireteam Practical 1.
Yeah, it's the one thing that will guarantee to get a squad killed. Doesn't happen with the entire squad. It's the fire team. One fire team just stalls and the rest of the squad moves ahead. I've seen it so many damn times on the primary.
Well, and it's funny too because if one person goes down, it isn't just one person that tries to heal him. It's often 2 or 3.
Yeah.
And they'll stop right in the middle of a firefight.
Well,
I can't believe it. It's almost like they've heard this thing where you don't leave your buddy in the field, so you have to help him and protect him.
Yeah, the logic I tried to explain to someone while I was running around as platoon sergeant only on last TAC Tuesday was the guy got shot, and I pointed out to the 3 guys who were busy swarming around him. I said, "So this guy got shot. So the one thing we can deduce from this is the fact that bullets reach this guy, which you're swarming round at the moment. They can see this point. They shot him. They will shoot you as well, and that's my number one stupid death moment. Watching 20 people run to the same spot and die."
Yeah, that's a military philosophy that not everyone understands. When you wound the enemy or someone wound one of you, it's actually cause more damage than if you would just kill him. Because someone needs to treat him. Well, that's 2 minus people who can actively engage.
Yeah, you have to have someone to defend him. You have to have someone defending, or 2 people defending, and 1 person treating. You wound one, you shoot one guy, don't kill him, and you take 4 people out of the picture.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But hopefully we can teach people in UO that you wound or kill 1 guy, and you take 1 guy out of the picture. The other 3 guys are going to kill you. I gotta go. Or I'm gonna try to come back and get on the primary here before everybody leaves. It's getting pretty late.
Indeed, unfortunately, I need to leave. Thanks for the book, Jimbo. Really enjoy this.
Yeah, you think it's
No,
good, Luiz?
that's fun.
Yeah.
Alright then,
Not labor.
Just
time to leave. See you guys around.
do a quick run to the
See ya.